get into Danish girls' pants.
I see.
Yeah.
For some reason. Because we like to, apparently we are the generation who drink our brains out. Which I really can't understand. I work with people who have a bit of problem with alcohol and see what happens to them when they get older. Yeah, I do not want to become like that.
Where do you even work? Like in a care home or something?
It's a nursery home, care home. Also driving out to people, to help them during the night. It's because I'm on my work. There are people who are hired to work at one place. I'm hired to work several places, so it's not always the same place at the same time, as the day before.
Okay.
So one day I might be driving out to old people and help them in the night, and some other times I might be going at a care home, nursery home. I just got a message. And work with them. That was not a message, that was a mail. Huh. Need to go in and change that somehow. Stupid.
Whoop up. Alright. I mean, I'm all set up if you want to get started.
Sure.
I'm ready.
Yes, yes. So, the three of you are currently doing some homework down in Asia Town. You're supposed to write about the local cuisine. It's sort of a team project.
Sometimes I forget this is still a school.
Indeed. Whether you like it or not, you work together on this one. So, what's your favorite Asian food? Or your characters, haha.
Food in general? Enough said.
Alright. Hey, is open for everything.
Something fast. Dumplings. Totally dumplings. Although
Ramen for me.
I'm surprised no one said sushi.
Alright.
Well, general Japanese rather for check.
So, you're all studying a bowl of dumplings, right?
It's probably gonna vanish quickly. Sorry.
Yeah, you have had to order several servings just so that Hayes is kept well fed before he eats them all. However, Hayos, at that moment, you reach for the next rice ball? Dumpling? Yeah, dumpling. So, and you accidentally tip over the bowl. However, at that moment, the bow seems to slow down and stop in mid-air before hitting the ground.
Is this following the fucking blue guys again?
Excuse me, heroes. It appears I have need of you again.
How did I guess?
Wait,
Were you-
again? Yeah. Sorry, but have we met before?
My apologies. I must have been referring to your predecessors. As it stands, a threat has arisen in the city. It is time for you to rise and shine.
You just had to use that line.
My mentor has told me about you guys. Why would we obey you? You almost made the end of the world happen when, she was young.
Well, she may have been a little biased in that assessment. As it stands, someone has breached in from, let's say, another dimension. He adjusts his tie. I would need some discreet people to take care of that matter.
Do I look discreet?
I think the most discreet one here would be Jack.
I'm sorry, but I wouldn't be able to do that because my mentor has always told me that I never should, go with the blue guys.
But you know,
Just
it
because
might-
I'm discreet doesn't mean that I should do it.
but we should probably help since it's still on here on Earth.
Yeah, but if you want to ask, you can always ask Rachel Hotton, I believe. She was there. If my mentor's words are to be said, I'm not sure. She didn't tell me all that much. My mentor, that is.
But I am afraid the contract with Miss Hartfeld has been fulfilled. Very well, I will try and find some other heroes to fill the role. Have a pleasant day. And he looks at his watch for about another 15 minutes. And then he goes to the cooks, like the chef, the kitchen door, and as he opens it, there's just a cyan blue light shining that he goes through, and then he closes the door.
Does Rachel's fire?
What does he
The
say?
fire she makes isn't that the same color?
We
She
actually haven't seen her make any fire. We have seen her change the color of fire, or fire changing color.
Wrong. I have when she fought him.
Yeah, against the Oni, and the students versus teacher stuff. Yeah, actually.
Oh right.
At that moment, the ball comes crashing to the ground, and life resumes around the cafe or the Asian food shop, chow chow.
Well, that was equally just as disconcerting as my mentor has told me. I did not actually expect that to happen.
That was
Yeah.
weird.
Also, I don't think that
What
we
the
should have
fuck?
helped them either. If they honestly need help, they should have gone to the Hero Association. We're just students still.
I wonder why they don't go to the Hero Association.
He did say.
Maybe because Rachel and Umbra are part of it.
Maybe.
He's like,
Yeah, but we
no,
are not
dealing
yeah,
with them
but
again.
we're not the only young heroes around. We're not even and my mentor in Rothfeld, they're not the only adult heroes around either. So why come to us except to get us into trouble?
Maybe because we're being trained by someone he's had contact with before.
But
Yeah, but they
you're-
should know better in that sense.
Maybe. Well, is anyone gonna eat that?
Oh no, it's on the floor.
But
If you
no,
want
that-
to, go ahead, Jack says and just slurps
Yeah.
his ramen.
Just eat it. But you are right. There did appear those same colors, flame as the light is, but I wonder what their connection is. Oh,
Connection between what? Jack asks completely and utterly like what?
Miss Hartfeld. Back when we fought against Rachel. Here said that
Maybe we should
Well, I
ask.
didn't really fight against her because, frankly, you got me into a bottle. So,
No, that was yourself who got you into a bottle. I forgot you were in the bottle. That's a totally different story. And I'm still sorry about that.
if I hadn't forgiven you by now, I would not have actually come here for dinner with you. It's all cool. Okay?
Yeah. No, but when we fought, the flames I had surrounded Miss Hartfeld in suddenly turned cyan blue, the same color as that light with that came through the door.
Yeah, Umbra's not gonna be happy about that.
This
I don't think
is
even Mr. Sunshine is gonna be happy about that, and I hate the guy. It's odd to hear someone like Jack, who's normally so very cheerful, say that he hates something, you know?
But to be able to stop time, what a useful power.
a bit. I mean,
Well,
Then
time
again,
travel,
doesn't that mean that they would just age faster, kinda?
Well, not necessarily if they can
Not
control time.
necessarily.
If they can control time, then no.
That means they can just set back their age, I think.
I don't know.
They might be able to. Depends. To be honest, it's
But
probably depends.
but I do wonder what could have come from another dimension to here.
A bookshas.
Jack is totally waiting for you to smile and say it was just a joke. And he's just looking at you. That's the joke, right?
Well, no, not really, because that's what my mentor told me.
But they defeated Boxchess, didn't they?
No, they imprisoned bookshas, and according to my mentor, they were just draining him dry. Bit of a different story.
Okay. At that moment, you hear some alarm sirens going off in the distance.
Jack continues eating like absolutely nothing has happened.
What do the rest of you do?
Where in the city is that from, do you think?
Well, maybe we should check it out.
Maybe check the local news first to see if it's actually anything worth time. Because normally, for example, the normal rescue people are actually quite good. I'm not one to underestimate people like fire department and the police and such.
Okay, how would you get your information? Who would you turn to?
Smartphone!
Alright, you turn on your smartphone and just turning on the local news ticker. There seems to be something going on in the Halcyon City Park, which is a large forest that is kept as sort of a green breathing oasis of the city. And you see a bird's eye view of the place, and it looks something like this. Not at that scale, but somewhere similar like that.
That's not green anymore.
Definitely not. Wonder what happened there. Is there any news report or anything like that on there?
They're trying to figure out. They assume that it's either a natural disaster or a villain attack, or someone lost control over his powers. Speculations run wild.
I think we should definitely check this out. I don't have.
Why not?
Yeah. I was a bit worried when you said it was in the forest, but since there are no trees anymore, no.
BRB, I'm gonna bring some food.
Okay, no problem. Is there anyone else you wanna ask to accompany you on this mission?
I don't know, is there?
You're asking
Who's
you.
available?
Theoretically, everyone else from the class, I'd say.
Well, maybe we should check it out first from afar, then see if we should call in extra help.
That is actually a really good idea. We do that way too rarely.
We should do what? I didn't hear you properly.
We should probably, take a look at it from a distance and to see if we need anyone else to help us with this.
Well, 2 out of 3 can fly, so let's go. Jack eats the rest of his noodles, slurping them up like a proper one, like slurp. And it's like picking the couple of end bits and like just drinking the sauce. And it's like that was so nice. And I'm going to fight in a bad mood, in an empty stomach, and he seems like he's brightened somehow considerably because he has now food in his stomach. He's like suddenly like super happy Jack. He's like, yay!
It's funny, Jack. I always thought you were more of a sushi guy.
Oh, I love sushi and I like Japanese in general, but I felt so much like ramen today. It's so nice. He actually gives you a thumbs up, like double thumbs up, like, yay!
And it's cheap.
It's damn cheap, but also, hey, come on, this restaurant, they make really nice ramen. I mean, did you see the little Naruto swimming there, the couple of pieces of pork, the little egg? It was like so delicious.
I really want to try real ramen.
Yeah, real ramen is actually pretty good if you get it in Japan. I've never had it, but I heard people say like.
No, but there's a couple of good restaurants around, and I've had it once in my life, and it was like so nice. And guess who can't have it anymore?
You?
Gluten free.
Oh.
I haven't had ramen for almost any type of ramen, not even the like super like cheap ones. I haven't had ramen in like proper ramen in like 9 years.
Oh, that's
I'm missing it so much. Oh yeah. The funny thing is that original Japanese udon noodles are not supposed to contain wheat, but they do. Because Japanese have been so westernized that they basically are adding wheat that doesn't even grow in their country to absolutely everything. They just have to do that.
Isn't it actually rice noodles they're using?
No. They add wheat into it. That's the thing. They actually add wheat into almost everything. And I mean everything. Like, if I go to Japan, I can't almost eat anything. And this coming from a place where you don't even really... They don't grow wheat. And say, what the fuck? The only country on earth where I should be completely fine eating whatever the fuck I want, I can't eat anything. I can eat barely the fruit. I mean, come on, even their soy sauce has wheat in it.
Quick question to you heroes. How are you gonna get there? The city park is at least, I'd say, 5 kilometers away.
I'm gonna fly.
How is
Chaos
Keith?
has wings and Jack can carry Keith.
Okay.
Come on, air disc and let's go.
Very well, you hover in there.
Come on, I'm
on your air disc.
I'm the wind lord. Come on, it's completely fine.
Wow, I need to take some air out of that ego.
Jack is normally never ego. It's just me, the OOC person.
Yes, of
I'm
course.
The ego there.
I need to stomp your ego a bit. That's what I'm saying. Hehe. Anyhow, alright, you get there, and it is about as strange of a scene as you could imagine, but perhaps you should really assess it yourself before I tell you.
Assess the situation.
Yes.
Why don't we all assess the situation and see what's going to happen?
That's superior.
Alright, Keith.
Hit.
Alright. Do you guys want to roll first, or do you want to do it separate? Okay, first. Assess the situation on a partial ask one question. You're gonna get +1 while acting on it. I'll need to note that down.
No, I get 2.
Oh yeah, you get 2.
I always get 2.
What here is the greatest danger?
Okay. The greatest danger. Okay. This is danger. Okay, the greatest danger is definitely the person who caused this, but you can't see that person right now. So the immediate greatest danger is the crystal itself. You see people on being carried out there on trench coats where they seem to be half crystallized. And the people that walk on there, their boots become crystallized, and they've got like crystal patches all over them. And crystal falls around you and swirls like snow, but it doesn't sink or fall; it just swirls around.
Careful.
And sort of snows down on the surfaces around the park. That's the greatest danger here. It could turn you into crystal.
Okay.
You shouldn't probably not breathe it in.
Well, I get 2. What here can I use to end this quickly?
Okay, what here? How to end it?
I'm back.
Find the one who caused this and ask him to reverse it.
If you can reverse it.
I mean, whoever caused this might... Yeah, here's the thing. Whoever caused this might know a way to turn it back. That's probably the best way to end it
What here
quickly.
can I use to actually find this person?
Well, that's the second question. Okay, what you can use to... Okay. Right. 1 second. I need to quickly write this down. Okay. Reverse it. You'd need some sort of detector. Or a really good tracker. Or... Yeah, I guess that's it. You need some way of tracking down a person that is in there. If the person who did this is still in there.
Hmm. So we might need to ask for some help to cover a larger area.
It is a rather large area.
Well, we do have trackers. What about what about our classmates? We have a lot of people there who could track, who should be able to track. Don't you think?
No, well, probably so.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, can you actually track? Out of complete curiosity.
Well, sort of. I mean, I can fly.
Well, I can fly too.
You could try that. It'll take you some time and maybe you get a result, but maybe not.
So what, the two of us together would, like, well... Technically, though, Jack actually looks at Keith. It's like, aren't you a fire elemental? can you just control
Yeah, no clue.
Well, how about we find out?
How's that gonna help you find someone?
Well, if we have 3 people who can fly instead of 1, instead of 2.
I would say Keith cannot fly on his own. Even when he's on fire.
Come on, we have Pyro from Fantastic Four. He could fly.
Yeah,
But remember the damage he also get caused by doing that.
Yeah, he'd need to always unleash his power if he wants to make a flying thing, and it would be more like a rocket burst, more so than actual flight.
Okay, well, it was an idea anyway. At least there was an idea.
Well, we can always see if we can get Lobo here. You know, he can smell things out. And maybe Spectro doesn't she always, you know, seems to be everywhere. Why not? But without us actually noticing it.
Maybe we should actually involve one of the adults. What do you think?
Well,
Not my mentor though.
Who would be a good
Or
option then?
Heartfelt.
You see Mr.
Or
Sunshine flying down below, saving people from the crystallization, carrying them to
He's already
safety.
here, perfect. We don't have to call him. We can actually just real heroes here. And Jack kind of has this half grimace, half smile on his face, like he's not quite sure how to feel about this.
Why not someone else in the team that Umbra and Rachel was in?
I don't think we have any of their contact informations.
I mean, you could get them from.
I have
one of them?
one. I have one, but that's only for emergencies.
And who's that?
That would probably be Striker, actually.
Fair point. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, Amber
But
would
it was
probably
like, if it
share
would
the
be like
information.
super duper emergency stuff, he wouldn't use it lightly.
I mean, the decision how you approach this is completely yours. That's why you are the heroes and protagonists.
Jack actually kind of like floats there for a moment, then just think, well, I have one person, but my mentor told me to only contact him if it was an emergency. Do you think this warrants?
Well, no clue.
So, who would be good?
Three people so extremely uncomfortable with it. It's like, okay, you know what? Let's actually do this. Hayos, if you go left, this whole area is already covered by Mr. Sunshine. We already know this. If he had come up with the villain, we would have known by now, because he would have already been in custody. So if you go left, we go right. And so that you know where we are, Keith can always, every once in a while, just shoot fire in the air. So we are moving about the same way, you know? And then meet on the other end of the, like, let's make a circle, and then go down the middle.
And I'm gonna be right back.
Make sense?
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'll start flying left then.
Alright, perfect.
All right. Okay. So you're flying left and you're flying right. Very well. Very well. Let me think. What would happen? What would be a most likely thing here? Okay. How close do you get to the crystalline mist?
No, we'll be flying over it. We want to see.
Yeah, you're trying to fly over it, but the higher you fly, the thicker the mist becomes, so the harder it becomes to see something on the ground. It's like fog.
In that case, obviously, we'll try and be like, okay, you know? Like, well, of course, at least me and at least mine is going to just try and be the best that they could be, so flying kind of in the middle, I guess, then. Not too low, not too high.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know about Hayes, though.
What about you, Hayos? How risky are you gonna get here in your flying?
Not as high as it can fly, and not too low.
Okay.
We're not both very cautious in what we want to do.
Okay. Roll me to take a powerful blow, and then we'll see what happens.
Have I cleared all my conditions since last?
I'm gonna say, since this is a fresh session, so just roll me 2d6s.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what the forest looks like.
So
I'm
what,
fine.
both of us, yeah?
Yeah, both of you. Since you're kind of flying not too safe, but not too dangerous, it's gonna be 2d6 as a powerful blow. And here's is fine, okay.
I actually have 2 conditions there, so I didn't actually roll 2d.
We're just gonna subtract this through decision, that means you're 6. That's fine. You both pass. Very good. Hayos, both of you, tell me why the crystallization effect is not affecting you. Why do you think that is?
My mutations.
So you're...
the air itself, it's a bit hard to crystallize the air.
I
Never mind the fact that, you know, I do have a fire shield, if I wanted to, in a form of Keith.
You're carrying Keith?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, then he has to roll a powerful blow as well.
No, but he's not here.
Yeah, I think you left Keith behind to go scout out, though. Because,
that works.
That works. Yeah, that's how I thought about it. Alright, and yeah, and Teos, yeah, your scales are just too thick to be affected by it, it seems. You see, in the center of the forest, something is growing. It looks like a large crystalline structure. made entirely of jagged edges that crush and crunch outwards. Like an erupting volcano sort of thing, but without the spitting fire. Instead, you know what? It is like a volcano. It spits out crystals that poof up in the air, producing this fog you see all around you. Going in there will be really dangerous, even with your considerable advantages of not being directly affected.
He looks at it and just goes like, that ain't good.
Could you contact
Do I have a
Keith?
phone?
Well,
He
why
checks
don't you
his
have a
pockets and realizes he doesn't have a phone.
phone? Wait a minute.
He's
I have
never-
this
he's
idea
never
that I
had
have
one.
mentors' resources.
Also,
This idea.
your pockets now glitter with crystal, as your clothing isn't immune.
Oh dear.
You
Makes
look-
you heavier.
It doesn't make him that much heavier. Crystal isn't that heavy, though, is it? Some is.
Depends on the type of
This one
crystal.
doesn't, for the sake of it. It's just a thin layer of clothing anyway.
Okay. Well, he's gonna try. He's gonna shoot up a pillar of fire into the air to signal the others.
Okay. Jack can come over to you, but Keith will not be able to enter this field unprotected.
Okay, well, I guess.
And he's
I will
not here,
come.
so...
I will come.
You both see this crystal volcano in front of you. It seems to still be growing.
Well, that needs to be stopped.
Sorry.
Ah, no
Okay.
problem. Welcome back. So, to catch you up on speed, Keith, the other two flew into the murky crystal mist, and they spotted inside a volcano that spits out crystalline dust and still growing, jagged edges. The problem is, you're not... I mean, you would need to find a way to protect yourself from being crystallized, if you want to head in there. Even your teammates here will have a relatively hard time in there, because it's probably... I don't know the environmental effects yet, neither do they. We'll figure this out as we head in.
Let's generate some burn then.
I imagined you would do something like that. Good.
And this can only go bad. Oh, full hit. Take no conditions.
Oh, that's good.
Right.
Just to put into the thing, I actually do have two conditions: is angry and guilty. Can you just, for the moment being,
Yeah, write them down on a piece of paper and remove them for now, and then add them later, because this is sort of out of time, so it wouldn't make sense for you to have those
I'll
right
see if I remember. I'll put it down, but I will not promise. What?
Which ones are the ones you remove?
Angry and guilty.
Okay, I'll write it down as well.
Thank you.
Well. Thief is surrounding himself in a fiery barrier. He's using mode, which I can't get up for some reason. May only get it when I roll it. That's stupid. Boom! And then he hit into the mist.
Alright. You can... I suppose, in this case, I would allow that your fire keeps the mist away from you, as long as you keep it up. You come... As you walk in there, you come across a survivor. Someone who's barely alive and half stone. You're not quite sure... He can't move anymore. He's connected with the ground itself. But he calls for help.
Runs over to him. Look at the situation. This might gonna feel a bit hot. You know, as Keith would put his hands down on the place where he's actually connected to the ground. Right. So, how much degree of heat do you need again to break a crystal? Let's find out. And
What do you mean,
Yeah.
find out? Aren't you a hero? Haven't you done something like this before?
and before he finishes that sentence, he's going to put fire into the crystal and like until it breaks.
Yeah. Either use one of your burns, or you could unleash your powers.
Then I'm gonna unleash my powers.
Mm-hmm. I mean, one of your burn abilities itself. I mean, if you have something that fits. Unleash the powers, the be all catch all that would apply here.
Well, the only I have is shielding.
That might not work here.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I mean, not with what you're trying to do.
No, so unleashing powers. Hold it.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, you free him. You gotta get him out though. That's gonna delay you a little bit.
Yeah, but you know, Jack and Hears, they can handle themselves. Eve knows that.
That's actually one of the few things we actually can handle ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Indeed. Alright.
Two
Both
teammates that you don't have to constantly be like, oh my god, I must save you.
Chaos and Jack, both of you, roll me a 1d100. Are you gonna head into the volcano? Or climb it? Look for an entrance? Whatever would work.
I don't know if it actually rolled.
I see it. You rolled a
Oh, there it
27.
is.
I got a list of special effects here, which you will trigger as soon as you go in there.
If they're going down.
I won't reveal them beforehand, of course. That would be spoiling it. Haha.
Well, why not? Let's go.
Sure, let's go in.
As you, all right, you find yourself. Actually, you do manage to find a crack that is wide enough for the two of you to fit in. As a stream, I mean, Jack anyway, and Chaos with a bit of struggling. You inside, the smoke is so thick that you have no sight anymore. You can't see anything, and moreover, it smells terrible. It's a caustic smell in here, utterly otherworldly. So your smell won't be any good either.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just go to my wind form and just kind of wrap around.
You'd need to
so
stay in
that
your
we
wind form at
actually-
all time anyway, otherwise you get
Huh?
crystallized.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
need to be moving anyway, so it actually makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my air form and wrap around Helios, obviously providing him with clean air.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, actually, I like that. Yeah.
I thought it was a great idea.
It was.
Okay. You hear the crackling of crystal as it reforms, shatters, breaks into its bits. It's almost as if you're living in a geode is the word, I think.
Yep.
You're
Inside a stone.
Yes, you're inside a huge stone right now that is constantly growing, breaking apart, crackling. And you hear someone in deeper. A strange voice that doesn't sound human, that doesn't even sound like it's speaking something, but it echoes from the crystals in a voice you can't understand. So it speaks something you can't understand, but the crystals echo it in a voice you can't understand.
So they can understand that?
Yes, they can. A little bit delayed. It's like it's echoing from the crystals around you, as if the crystals are translating for this thing. This world is poisoned, disgusting, it's everywhere. I'll make this my home if I must. Grow, grow, get out the poison.
I believe that to be our enemy. You would probably hear Jack's word, like Jack's.
Poisoning
Words as
people
well.
is mean.
Well, we can't actually do much. Two of us.
However,
Fire.
you notice whenever you say something, the crystals around you burst the thing you said into a million different sounding voices. Or perhaps languages is a proper word. You can still recognize your own sound.
Hmm.
What are you gonna
Conundrum
do?
indeed.
You still hear the person stammer on as if to speak to him, probably speaking to himself, encouraging the crystals around him to grow, push out the poison. Don't let it get in. This is our home. This has to be our home.
I'm sorry, but it was kind of our home first.
Who's
Jack
there?
kinda
Who's there? Who's there? Ushnatra. Yalira.
that's just creepy.
Oh, should I burn him?
I wonder if we can actually just convince them to stop this madness.
I mean, there's something we rarely use, but this time you might want to pierce the mask. I'm just suggesting it to give you a few more options.
Yeah, let's do that.
That would open up some approaches, you know.
Could be something.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'll try it as well, not to worry. I'll try it as well. Might actually have some stuff in there. Doubtful though. I think it's like my least useful stat it is actually. Not very good at this one.
Oh dear. You're useless here.
Well, sorry, on Monday it is not very good. I mean, come on, I'm the fucking Wind Lord. And
You-
he's a fucking lizard.
Yes,
What do you
yes.
expect?
I expect you to die, Mr. Bond.
But we're not Bond.
Exactly. We don't
Oh,
even accept
you may not be Bond, but I am definitely Bond. James Bond.
Puts
No,
on
you're not.
shades again. Girls
Yes, I
everywhere
totally am.
start groaning. Poor Keith. Since you probably need some time to think, we're gonna jump over to Keith. You've saved the person. You're heading back in. However, all of a sudden, a crystal big as a Stonehenge stone is being hurled at you from somewhere in the mist. It barely misses you, and you see another few coming from left and right. What do you do?
Well, time to blast these down. Keith will stand and create fireballs and shoot it at each of them, hopefully making them explode.
Yeah, directly engage a threat. Doesn't always have to be a person. It's a threat to you.
Exactly. And I'm gonna use a burn. Actually, I'm gonna use 2 burns. So I don't create chaos, because I'm going to cast Reality Storm. Full hit.
Kaboom! You blast the stones. Pick 2 from the list as you make some really nice left and right motion with your fireballs.
Well, take something from them. would probably be something to do. The ability to be a weapon? I don't know.
Alright, so you don't want any more of those hitting you, basically.
Or hitting anyone else.
Yeah, alright. You see these pillars from which they seem to be growing out of at such a force that they launch themselves into the air. And you blast those as well.
Good.
You hear a voice in the air. You are poison. Must purge poison. My home.
Sounds fun.
Huh? What the heck is that?
Yeah,
noise?
it's just an incorporeal voice. Or maybe it's 1,000 different voices just speaking, echoing from all around you.
Okay, that is totally not weird.
Nothing about this day started off normal.
Well, it actually did. We actually did normal school homework.
Alright, yes, you did actually.
Well, then I think I want to generate some more burn.
Okay.
This can only go bad.
No, it
What is it
doesn't.
with my roast today?
You're on fire, literally.
Right. This is also good because...
Always nice when stuff works out for you, doesn't it?
Yeah, stuff always work out for me, yeah.
No. I said when it works out for you.
Oh, yeah. Right. Then I'm going to spend one burn to cast Elemental Awareness. Or to use, at least.
Alright.
Yeah. Keith, spread his fire around as they searching. Where is Jack and Hears?
They're at the center of this, on the epicenter of this place. And there is some... And everything seems to... The way the crystals around you align, they're all growing from there.
Oh well.
So, why are you doing this?
So, onwards to find them, and I need to mark a condition.
Okay. Hayos, you ask that... Or in character?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. The answer comes. Poison. Must push out the poison.
We're not poison.
You know you're kind of screwing with the city, right?
No. I need a home. This is my home.
How about a really nice really nice cave with lots and lots of crystals and stuff like that, where it can be at peace.
This is what I'm building. My home. But your...
Yeah, but why do you have to build it when it's already there, We already have a ready-made place for that for you if you want it.
The air is so moist. It's poison.
Yeah, well, in there
So
it's really
go to
cold
the
and
Sahara?
it's really, really not moist.
Go to the desert. It's dry as hell there.
What is a desert?
Sand, more sand, and
No
Blazing
moisture
sun.
whatsoever.
Who are you? Are you
little
Chase?
kids.
Chase too? Away from home?
No. No.
We all found our place here. You can find your place too.
I want a home. Please, give me a home! You see the creature move towards you, slowly. It looks... He looks somewhat like this.
If you can make yourself smaller, we're happy to transport you.
Okay. Make a comfort and support move here. See if he's okay with that, if he trusts you enough. He seems clearly... You know what? He seems terrified. I'm gonna tell you right there. He might be more scared than you are.
Yeah. Which one of us is better comfort?
I know that he has always wanted to use a move of his when he comforted someone, and he always forgot.
Now's your chance.
Well, but would that work on him?
No, because he doesn't know enough about him.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, my mundane is -2, so...
I mean, it would have worked on Lele, Keith, anyone in the group, because he knows them and can actually be jealous of something from them. Well, this guy's like...
Okay, well, okay, so your move doesn't work in that direction. Alright, that's fair enough.
That's how I reason it,
yeah,
at least.
Totally. I'm just saying, hey, you always want to use that, so why not? But,
I keep forgetting I have.
if only you had someone with you who's really good with talking with people. Man, it seems like the three of you needed some help.
Or if we just had Maxwell with us.
Or Umbra.
Yeah, I don't know if Umbra is the best to comfort and support someone.
Rachel!
That's
Rachel,
better.
where's
I know.
Rachel?
That would work a bit better.
I think the best whoever was obviously fucking Righteous
Ranger.
Ranger.
Yeah.
I can try and comfort him, but only if I can get a team, as in like someone helps me.
Yeah, since he also said you would have two teams with Encounter, say he can give you a +1. However, that might still not work, and if you fail this, that would have consequences, not good consequences for you, hopefully. Oh, with a +1, that would be a 10, that would be a full hit, if he helps you.
No, she already has 10
I
plus
put it
1
in.
on it.
Alright, okay. On a hit, they hear you. They clear condition and open up to you. Mostly the open up to you matters. He sounds less afraid and says, "You're not moist. Do not have this in you. Can you carry me to a dry place?"
But what? I couldn't hear you properly, sorry.
You're not moist. You're dry, like me. Carry me to a dry place. And don't let the blue ones chase after me.
No worries, I won't let the blues get to you. And if you can make yourself small, I'm more than happy to take you away.
Wait a minute.
That's
Blue ones? Like in a suit?
all of them. They've been chasing me across 1,000 dimensions.
Wait, would that mean that Felix is on his way here?
And he cannot make himself smaller though. I have this form. I can only grow
How big is he?
about as big as you.
Okay.
Normal
come here.
human form.
And Jack kind of, it's a very windy arm that comes there. It's like, you know?
He
Very
closes the crystalline rift from which the crystals grow as he steps over to you. You can immediately feel the air clear up around here. And he steps onto the air disc you're making. He looks suspicious of the whole thing.
No, Jack just smiles at him and is just kind of, okay, let's go. Do you want cold or do you want hot? Both equally dry.
That's a good question. Let me flip a coin
Roll me
here.
1d2.
Yeah, one is cold, two is hot. Temperature matters not. Cold. I want to see
Okay.
crystals. Cold crystals.
Off we go then. And suddenly you take off at a fantastic amount of speed. Jack honestly is going as fast as he can, which is a lot because he's the fucking wind.
Alright, as you take off at a fast enough speed, the world around you slows down and stops.
It's like Jack just curses, damn it, before like forming this kind of wind sphere around this guy so that he won't be harmed. It's like, what do you want now, you blue idiots?
Not the words I would have used. The Cyan Blue Man walks on a literal cloud.
Seriously?
Yes. It seems like he could... He's not bound to the restrictions of this physical realm that much. And he says, I must applaud your effort to help escapee. However, whoever crosses the maze must go back from where they came.
Well, this is now his
Says
home,
that.
and if you don't, and you have two choices, either you fuck off, I make you fuck off. Which one is it? Or are you the one to challenge the wind itself? Bravado there. I'm gonna provoke him.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. Nice work.
I'm gonna provoke him.
I'm preparing for failure. But, you know, see what comes of it. Full hit!
Mm-hmm.
He got provoked. Big time.
So there's actually a list of shit that I could... I've never provoked anyone, so now this is the thing. Let me just check. What does provoke actually...
See, when you provoke someone susceptible to your words, say what you're trying to get them to do and roll superior. On a 10+, they will do what you want.
So I want them to basically, because the choices are so good that it's actually like it's actually so good that we have already. So it's actually basically because I provoked them,
Mm-hmm.
and I basically tell them, yeah, fucking, are you willing to challenge the wind?
I know what you said.
So,
yeah.
So basically, I want him to completely back down and just fuck off.
Okay, he adjusts his tie and says, very well, but prepare for unforeseen consequences. And then he disappears into the cloud that pulses cyan blue for a moment, and then he's gone. Keep in mind, unprepared consequences.
So,
Jack merely
no
just
more
like
food?
and then continues flying before talking to this crystal guy, saying, "Just see, I can totally defend you."
They call me Rel. Do you have a name?
I'm Jack.
Jack. Perhaps we'll meet again?
Definitely. And he actually like flips him a phone, just like ding ding.
The phone immediately crystallizes as you flip it to him, as he touches it. I don't think he understands the concept of phones yet.
Ah well, that's a communication device. But you know, if you ever need me, you can just whisper it to the wind. I'm a wind lord, you know.
Okay. You know what? He hands you the phone back. Now you have a crystal.
Cool.
It sounds like maybe he does understand the concept of communicating over long ranges. However, his methods are differently.
Chuck just thanks him with a beautiful smile before suddenly they found themselves in basically Antarctica or something.
Yeah, that is one of the driest places on Earth.
Yeah, and it's like then find a little like basically a cave that's half stone and half snow, and basically you'll be so far away from humans, feel free. And it's like good enough for you. Obviously, it's gonna take some time to get there, but that's fine. For the sake of roleplay, we shall have a fast time.
And he nods, and as you fly away from that place, you see the crystals growing out behind you. Not too much, but big enough to make himself a nice little home.
It all worked out perfectly fine.
Isn't that Superman so?
Well, you know, the Fortress of Solitude it fits here. I'd say it fits here.
It fits here, actually.
Because it's made of crystal and all that.
So the park is alright again.
Let's go back to Keith and Chaos. See, the way crystals form, they don't really go away, do they?
On the other hand, though, depending on what
really.
kind of crystals they are, we could be super rich now.
Okay, that's good, like being said, crystal, he can only grow, you know, so the crystal could have only grown. Now it has stopped growing. Keith or Jack, I don't think any of you have really good knowledge of geology, do you? What kind of crystal this might be? Now, I know it's...
No.
And it might...
Keith or Hayos.
Yeah, Keith or Hayos, yeah.
Jack is an absolutely brilliant A-star student, come on.
Yeah, but still, you know, they're not teaching this kind of stuff at school, you know, normal school.
It's not from this dimension, to be sure.
Someone that might have dealt with aliens before?
Yeah, or maybe some people from, say, that work with interdimensional prevention methods could have helped you clean this up, but someone told them to fuck off.
Oops!
We don't know that. Yes, indeed, you don't know that, but that's some consequences you as the players now know. So the park will remain crystal, but perhaps people will learn to live with that and make it a new attraction of the city.
You know, as Jack and I, as Keith, finally catch up to Hears. Where the hell is Jack?
He flew off again.
Now the crystal seems to have stopped growing, so whatever you did apparently helped. Now, what to do with all of these crystals?
Is that an arm tag van I see rolling up there? I'm sure they can find a use for these crystals.
Armstick?
Most likely.
I guess it's just like armstick. Slowly begins, you know, to get away. No, not dealing with them again.
And then he realizes, wait, what? Is this the legitimate arm tech business or the fake one?
Who knows? They may be both, you know.
If you wanted, we can retcon it to it being a striker rolling up there. You might be interested.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, sure. And it's just some large van, and Striker gets out in his hazmat hero suit and takes samples of the crystals. Oh, what would Striker do in this situation if he sees this?
Let's see. He just first walk up to one of the crystals, break one off, and just inspect the structure of it while scanning it, and then dismantle it on a molecular level while analyzing it.
All right, roll me a 1d100.
Quite spectacular.
Mm-hmm. Roll me a 1d100. Let's see what happens. So what you can immediately tell is that this crystal smells very nauseating. Not something you would want to sniff with your nose. It fractures really easily into small particle dusts, and let's see, how do I explain this best? If it comes in contact with moisture, it will convert the moisture into more crystal. It seems to replicate that way. But since the original process is no longer active, it's actually a very slow thing. It's like gathering dew, and then that way new crystal forms.
He's basically like, interesting. Now, what to do about this? He says as he looks around and probably spots Chaos and Keith. Just mostly looking at Chaos first and then just...
Keith, the boy in flames. Hello.
Evening, young hero. Haven't I seen you before? Oh, right, the cat person.
Oh, right,
you see your sunglasses.
You're the person who Umber smiled at.
That I am.
Why did she smile at you? It was creepy.
That you will have to ask her yourself. Let's just say I tend to keep her under control, in a sense.
That only makes Striker sound really creepy.
Yes,
like some.
And that was intended because he kind of could control her in a sense that other people couldn't. Kinda.
All right, sure.
I mean, what do you say, Amandas?
About what?
That Striker could sort of control Umbra.
Yeah, to a point. Definitely. Especially if it's something scientific. Like, let's say, if he now asked Umber to come, she would be there and be like, "What you need?"
Yeah.
They'd see a totally new side to her.
Why not? Let's bring over Umbra.
No.
Yeah, let's bring over Umbra.
Sure, let's bring over Umbra.
So we can't see your face. We can't see your face, right?
No.
No. All right. But we have seen your face.
So Hayos calls Umbra, yeah?
No, Striker calls Umbra.
Striker. Yeah.
Or sends her a message like, "Interesting find. You might want to come and take a look on these coordinates."
Obviously, she does come, and this time with in her hero suit, like half in shadows already when she comes, and just like appears next to him. Oh, Striker, how can I help? And you'll find Hayos and Kate were totally. I would almost say, if I can make a suggestion to the GM, to let them take a powerful blow, because she's actually very pleasant.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, I just think, hey, Amber, I think I heard someone calling over there. Totally trying to sneak
Just
away.
roleplay it out. Don't have to mark conditions or take photo.
If he's totally trying to sneak away right now.
Hayos tries to hold on to get like, no, let's stay. Like the back of the jacket, like, no, stay.
Since when have you been the goody two shoes?
He's never been good at two shoes. He just likes seeing him acting like that, like, eh.
Umber just looks at the crystals and pokes one. At clear curiosity, I was like, "Ooh, this is actually a very nice find."
As you poke it cautiously, it already shatters. It's really delicate.
Brittle, and it
actually smells terrible, Umbra.
Yeah. With moisture. More moisture there, more moisture in there, the faster replicates.
Shadows do not smell.
Oh, but the crystals do.
They do.
Imagine sewage almost.
That is why my outfit actually incorporates a mask.
Okay.
Yes. It reminds me of that worm the sewers.
Oh, I remember that
That's
one.
it.
Any idea what the crystals are?
Aside from that,
They're clearly not Earth-made.
they are not Earth-made. Potentially alien in origin, and based on the reactions of us being here, something major, maybe.
I think it might be from another dimension.
Oh.
That is interesting.
And what makes you say this?
We were contacted by this man in blue suit.
Oh, snap.
Striker breaks one of the crystals, just...
And he said...
And Umbra kind of does very much the same. Kind of like, and just like backs off to kind of be next to the Striker.
And he said that he actually wanted us help to stop something that might have come from another dimension. Although Jack chased him up because something you have told him, as he looks at Umbra. And
we do not work for them. They do not come here unless they want something, and we do not them.
And considering the situation here, I might think, that this would maybe be what he was talking about.
Even if it is, we are more than capable of handling it.
Let's see. Who do I bring up?
Those are actually some really beautiful trees.
Striker, do you happen to have a large warehouse where this all can be transported?
Not large enough, but then again, I could always ask Jarl Kaverk if he has space still, the ship.
Oh yeah, those guys. Sure, you could. Yeah, I totally forgot about the old ship in the city. It's still there.
I mean,
we could.
Striker's kind of been using that as his base while researching.
I'd agree with that. That seems like a cool base for Striker to have.
We can. The shadows are everywhere. We could technically just transport it all to there in one go.
Let me first check up with him.
Yeah, you probably don't want to dump this all in a ship. There might not be enough space.
He's gonna open up a frequency to the ship and check with the AI if there is still room for additional potential material.
Okay, well, the AI is quite intrigued by you having found a new element. They are as sciencey as it gets and won't want to study it. However, they can only allow a small, unidentified, due to protocol, they can only allow a small quantity of unknown substances inside a controlled environment. So, they only could have a cubic meter. Right now. If it proves harmless or useful, they totally take more.
Well, technically, the crystals are very fragile. What if we compress it?
That could work. Alright, let's clean up this mess then.
Alright.
Break everything down, transport it to the ship. Air-sealed container. Or vacuum-sealed container.
Will do. Coordinates?
He'll give her the coordinates. Oh, well, he basically just says, it's the old ship that,
Yeah, but I mean the specific coordinates, which box is it going to?
Yeah, alright, let's not go into too much detail for that, if you like. You can keep it general, sure. Am I getting a phone call? No, someone else.
So obviously, Umbra does just that, it's not beyond her powers. At all. The shadows everywhere. It just becomes one black cube. It's like suddenly, and it's like, and after that, you'll just have a wasteland.
Whose?
It's not mine.
Wouldn't mind either, but
Could be keys.
it's gone now, so that's fine. It's gone. Whatever. If it comes back up, we'll figure it in. Alright, so you bring the crystal back to the ship, and that would give Keith and Chaos a time to slip away.
Yes, Keith totally takes that time.
And after they've finished transporting all of that, the Striker would kind of teleport back to the ship. I mean, he's been researching that for the past 5 years.
Yeah, you probably have like a teleporter thing that you can use.
Yeah,
Okay.
Amber can teleport there at any time, so obviously, instead she
Actually,
looks at him.
yeah.
No, you can't.
No, you can. The shields are designed that you couldn't teleport in, but they would teleport you in. They can teleport you in, but you couldn't do it on whim. No, it's definitely Matthias.
Okay, that is Matthias's.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Your phone's buzzing every now and then, causing like a feedback loop. Can you put it further away from the microphone or something?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Thank you. That's fine. That should clear it up. I don't know why microphones tend to do that. Something with the airwaves.
Radio waves, but yeah.
Yeah, radio waves. Okay, so you do that. One more thing I want to do before we end the session. Later that day, Striker, you get a phone call.
From who?
Oh god, it's Bloomin' again.
Ah, hello, Mr. Green. It's been a long time since we've been talking. You recognize the voice of Dr. Balalaika.
What do you want now, Balalaika?
I want to suggest a joint research initiative. I heard you have recently...
What you did last time? I don't think so.
Oh, that was a past me. I am more about science now than ever. In fact, I'm
keep saying
trying...
that each time.
Indeed I do, it is in my nature. In fact, I am going to currently try and work to create superheroes. Wouldn't that be something you'd be interested in?
Are you speaking of genetic manipulation or just pure technologically made?
All genetic manipulation is technological, dear Green.
In a sense.
I happen to have noticed that the park has changed appearance quite a bit. I would like to take a look at these crystals. Ah, but I take it you still have a sample.
But I might, though it is not yours to study.
I would be very much interested in the properties, though.
I'm sure you would. Unfortunately, I will keep those under wraps.
Is there anything I could offer you to change your mind?
No.
Perhaps a competitive edge over your mother?
I already have that with this. And with my base.
Ah, that is a shame. You do not want any grandeur and fame, I take it?
Not interested.
Very well, that is all I can do. I hope you see the fruits of my work soon. And she hangs up.
If I do... next time I'm not gonna kill her. Just so wreck.
Amber would completely agree with this. But she loves the occasion, like, well, why don't we just kill this guy?
I mean, Striker doesn't really kill people, but like it's like, yeah, you fuck up so much shit, I'm just gonna beat you in the pulp and then just freeze you.
The irony is that Balalaika is just science incarnate, always striving forward. You know.
Those superheroes that he's gonna create is going to create so much trouble.
Or do they? I mean, that seems like a noble cause, doesn't it? For once.
Well, if it's machines that you want to make, it is noble, but it's stupid because machines will always be one thing: machines.
Oh
Yeah,
snap!
she said, though she wanted to make them through genetic modifications.
Where is the line between human and machine?
We're going to fight against cyborgs, aren't we?
Just a little bit of a glimpse for you three since you turned up. Yes, that is in the future. And it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, well, they can't hurt me, so I don't really care.
Yeah, so
Or maybe they can. Who knows?
next time I'm going to thankfully I'm well prepared for next time already since I did all the work today. Next time we're gonna push the main story forward a bit and let's say we're entering phase 2.
I hope that. But I'm having like. Do I want to bring in the NPC more that I had?
I would
Like,
almost suggest your NPC being a total badass and not getting involved.
Okay, if that was that, I honestly need to go because my dinner is
Yeah,
going
no
cold,
problem.
but also
I'm gonna grab some
need
dinner
to
as
go.
well. Good
I
night.
need to do so much shit today.
Yeah.
Good night and see you next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.